We have the first reports on who Romo might be interested in. Should the Cowboys allow Romo to dictate where he ends up?
Generally, my rule if I ran a team would be no. But I think in this instance, I would make an exception for two reasons. Number one, I don't think you can get much for him in a trade. I really don't. He's 36, he's brittle, so I'm not giving up much. And secondly, he carried that franchise when they didn't have a great offensive line and they didn't have a defense, and the Cowboys were whiffing on drafts. He's been an incredible member of that family, and I think there are rare instances when it's just basic humanity that Romo has elevated Jerry Jones' net worth substantially, took a beating for a decade. This offensive line, you know how they got all those good guys? For being lousy for about 10 years. I think in this instance, I would say, listen, Tony, don't go to Washington. Don't go to the Giants. If you stay away from our division, I'm going to release you, and you go choose.
I don't want him anywhere in the NFC. I don't want him in Arizona. I don't. Listen, if Tony Romo were to beat me and to knock me out of the Super Bowl in the NFC, that's a little too much to ask. Other than that, if he wants to go play anywhere in the AFC, if we have to see Tony Romo as the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, I'm fine with that. But not in the NFC. And so I would scratch Arizona off that list. That's a pretty good team that fell back this year. You get the right quarterback play, they could be a problem for somebody. But I say you got to push him out to the AFC.
Business is business, regardless of the fact that Jerry Jones is very close. But Jerry Jones has been close to his players for 25 years. I mean, he is one of the rare owners that has a special relationship with his players, especially with the star players. One thing Dallas has gotten right in the last several years is that draft. I would get some type of pick for them. They have not been wasting picks. They have gotten great value out of their draft picks. If you get a third-rounder, fourth-rounder for them, last year, Teddy got hurt. Minnesota's a great example. They gave up a 1 and a 4 for him. So I ain't just giving him up. I don't care how much money I done made with him. Players are a commodity, all right? I'm not giving him up until I get something worth value. They're not playing in the game. They're not playing in the game because they don't have enough good players. So I would parlay, Greg, into getting a draft pick or at least a player for Tony Romo.
I'm the pro player here.
No, you can't.
Chris is like, get him out of here.
Well, because you can't allow a guy to dictate where he's going to go play.
Yes.
When I was in Green Bay, we had a unique situation with Brett. He retired, wanted to come back and play. It was a little scuffle in-house of, okay, we don't want to make this too big of a deal. We want to honor Brett, but they knew if they allowed Brett to choose where he wanted to go, he would have went over to the Vikings right now.
Right.
Why? To get back at this organization. When it comes to allowing a player to go where they want to go, it's touchy because, yes, has he been with Dallas? Do they have a great relationship? He and Jerry Jones? Yes, but you don't want to see him in that Redskins jersey. I don't care who you are. Dallas fans don't want to see it, as Jerry Jones wouldn't want to see it, and see it come back to bite him. And now we're talking about something completely different.
Stefon, if you build that kind of resume in Minnesota over a decade, 12, 13, 14 years, how would you want to be dealt with in this situation? Would you feel like you've done enough to where you should be able to dictate how your career ends?
At the end of the day, I feel like it's business. You know, I'm a business guy. I approach things business-like. So it's business at the end of the day. If you would hope for that, you know, just for as relationship-wise and respect everything that you've done, you will hope for that. But it's business at the end of the day. I would expect them to want something for him in the trade or of that nature just because it's business at the end of the day.
It's pretty funny. All the players are like, it's business.
But I'm
It's business.
Hey, now,
him in that situation, he want to be able to go where he wants to go.
I know,
From a
but
player
I'm
standpoint.
the cynical journalist. I'm like, no, have a heart. You guys are all like, no, there's no
No
heart.
time for that. There's no time for that.
because we know better.
Yeah, we know how the business goes.
He's been in that position.
And
Who knew the journalist was a softie and the players were all heart? I'm all heart, man.
It's okay. We're going to show you.